didn't have time on the weekend to stream it like I normally would, or record a tutorial video or tips and tricks, so I just thought, well, I've got some time midweek, I might just do a quick upload and yeah, have an open match. As always, playing on the hardest possible difficulty, and I'll just run my normal chapters, which are pretty much the hardest chapters anyway. So apart from chapter 8, I just don't like following that cat around and delivering it from point to point.
We finally found the artifact that I had seen, and perhaps was the source of the visions that beset the Librarius. In the ancient Dark Angel ship, we uncovered a conservation chamber that held ancient gene seed from the Legion of the Lion, a gift of the Emperor's genius. Even as we celebrated this discovery, a terrible brood lord,
Sit down,
the final
kitten. It's
evolution
okay.
of gene stealers, assailed us, and we only vanquished it with much difficulty and loss. Our brothers came to our assistance, and with them we secured Caliban's will to ensure that no gene stealers would seize the precious gene seed.
Come on, chop chop, load. It'll be a fairly short stream today. I'll just do these 3 missions. It's almost 11 PM, so...
The strength of the Deathwing holds
And
secure
skip
the
that.
Caliban's will, and the gene seed store is currently safeguarded.
Yeah, that's right. No, it's not. It's Hellfire. I was right the first time. Thought it seemed wrong. Chapter 6 is always my favourite. It's fairly difficult and fast-paced, and one of the quicker matches of the whole game. Got to get used to the controls again, been playing some other games lately. Four-player co-op games are always more difficult playing by yourself, especially on the hardest possible difficulty. There's a reason it's called No Mercy. Coming from behind or front? He's front. Always got to look out for those guys. Haha, have a dodge. That's why I always prefer to dodge. He's going to be coming from behind. No, you don't. Not today. I hate the fact that the Thorax Swarm can go through doors. Seems so silly. Now I've got to regen my stam again. Gonna take the long way just so it's more fun for me. Okay, so it's just a cipher. I can deal with that, no problemo. He'll just gonna drop down and come back up in this room, I reckon. Let's see how we go. Drop down, you're gonna come back up. Come on, buddy. Come to where I need you. Let's do this dance. Come on. I think that should do. Have to do it that way. Come on, get me out of that range. And duck under. Damn you for hitting me that last time. And they're all down. I keep pushing triangle for that. Gotta remember its X.
We await your signal, brother.
If you're curious how I actually pulled off that cipher kill, I do have a tutorial video on that. Yeah, it's easier to explain in there than me go through details again. That's the first relic. Oh, the second relic, actually. No, you don't. On to the third. Shotgun is not the most accurate weapon. From here I should be able to heal, because it's just going to be a run through here. Nothing coming up from the elevator. get me off that wall so that the shots actually go through. I do tend to play this more like a mech sort of game than a shooter game. Just because it's fairly easy to alternate between your left and right arm as weapons, and the body parts can be destroyed, and you'll still live through it. And you're hiding. Thank you. Up the stairs to the last relic for the match. The game is really not designed to be played like this, but yeah, you spend enough time on it and you can do it. One of the few doors that I do lock, just so it gives me a few seconds to actually take this out. Be much easier if I did have the Hellfire at this point, but sort of worthless. Okay, he's back out there. Charge on down. Come in, stand behind this pole. That's why you always got to watch for those guys. There we go, take out that turret. Never even got a chance to shoot me. Dodge and dodge. Thank you. That's what you boys get. Really? You're still alive? Okay. I do apologise to the viewers if they hear my kitten playing in the background. He's chasing around a bit of rolled up paper. Like just something got scrunched up into a ball. Always try to prioritise your targets. I think we're good. No Broodlord there right now. We'll use the group. This is one of the few parts of the match where I do actually save my stam, just because you can get quite a few Broodlords spawn in this chamber in different locations. One particularly does like to drop down from there, for instance. Thank you. My retreat is now secure. We are on the way to place the beacon. Remember, it's the X button. sprint a little bit past that.
Mission
Walk a little bit.
received. The ship will open fire once you evacuate
Get out of my
the
way.
area.
Sprint the rest of the way, making sure you get around this corner as quick as possible. Because down there is the problem. And down the other end will be exactly the same. Let's see if I get hit by this psychic blast today. No. Awesome. So chapter 6, free, clear and done. Hardest difficulty, solo. Not a problem on this one. You can run into problems, but it will just slow you down your time more than anything. And the good old Reaper banner. Come on, jump up, kitten. That gets me to 821. Not that it matters anymore. I've unlocked every single skill, every weapon augment. The only thing I have left to unlock is some skins for weapons and armor.
We learned something terrible from the Tech Marines when they examined this second swarm of enemy. The conservation store had not been the only place that held our gene seed. The Xenos themselves had taken it into their bodies, corrupting it with their own alien gene code. Their brood lair aboard Caliban's will had been created in defense of the source of their lifeblood. The Dark Angel gene seed, contained in the vault. This brood of gene stealers had to be prevented from reuniting with the Tyranid fleet, lest our heritage be turned into some fresh abomination. We could not let that which our Creator made for the defense of mankind be turned against his faithful people. Though hybrid Xenos attempted to launch savior pods containing their alien kin, we cut off the pod deployment and kept safe the blood heritage of Caliban.
Okay, skip that. Now, as I have no one loaded in, I will be going to use the assault.
We must seal off the Caliban's will and prevent further incursions.
So we're going to run through the tunnel, skip the first relic, we'll come back and grab that later. I will lock up this door though, and continue on. The only real problem you'll ever have with this class for the start... Why'd I do that? Because I was distracted. Is if you get a psyker. How did that miss? Stop parrying. I've got sprint on right now. Okay, of course. So we're going to do that before he hits me. And take down that damn Broodlord. Come on. Not that I ever come back this way unless there's a major problem, but I do like to lock this door just in case a brood or cipher spawns in there. Alright. Now onto the hard and the dangerous part of the mission. He's going to pop up fairly quick.
We have detected another Broodlord. Exterminate it immediately.
Try to get in a couple of swings as he roars. Then trigger your invincibility and your critical fury. And if you get a chance... Oh, no need. Normally I do like to teleport up here, but yeah, didn't really need to then. I was free and clear.
Cannot pinpoint the location of the Psychers. Find them, kill them, and take glory in their deaths.
Back to that. I just sort of like to wait like this. He will eventually come through and forward like that. So we are one objective down. Try to get down here as quick as possible. These stairs can be a bit of a pain. And straight across to the other fight. Nope. We're good. Come down this way. That should draw him over to this point. And then you just sort of use the flames against him a little bit. And that's one more down. rest of the group to come through that. I need to take care of the heavy machine gunner. Grab that relic. On to number 3. Gotcha. Don't know what you think you're doing. Okay, that's why we keep the full heal up and running. Yeah, if it's just that, that's fine. More worried about the psycho that was in that section, but... At the same time, in a couple of seconds, we'll be charging on and getting the last of... Well, use the psycho as well, but there's also an objective. So he's straight down to the left. And we're done.
Kill confirmed, brothers. One less.
Stop shooting me in the back.
Must be dispersed quickly.
Need to get through here now.
Environmental systems to please presents.
That's okay. Tank it with the arms. Can always lose an arm. Can't lose a torso. Alrighty then. Take that out now, so I don't need to take it out on the way back. Run down here. Duck in here so you can't do buggery. Use that now. Oh, should be up by the time I get into the chamber. Quick reload and scout out for the psychers in here. Reload, go back to that scout, nothing there. There's the psych up. I'm gonna have to use that. Damn. There's normally more, so if I can get the rest, it would be preferable. Got a little bit of time to waste here, so a couple more pop shots if possible. I'm thinking we're clear. So So I'll get them all into position for me. They should be nice and accommodating and come gather around this door. And I'm just going to sit here for not even 10 seconds really. No one? No one? There he is. Okay. Run on up here. At least that way I can actually kill this thing fairly easily. Reload as I trigger that. And we start our running lap. That's 1. That's 2. 3. 4. Done. And drop down.
Is spreading rapidly. That will delay the accursed Xenos. But the war is not yet won. Rendezvous in the next battle zone as swiftly as possible.
Okie dokie, so we want to go this way. I just swapped to this class so it's a little bit faster to get there, less boring for the viewer. And there is one more relic to pick up right near the extraction point. Let my stamina get all the way up before I get into this room. And I would say wait for the first cannon to fire. Yeah, dodged all but one. From there, it's pretty easy. We are just off to extraction. Didn't even really get time to load on that.
Through great courage and great sacrifice, we recovered the cat and its precious data, to safely dispatch them to Grandmaster Belial. The situation inside the Spacehulk was rapidly deteriorating, as the enemy fell upon our squads in ever greater numbers and strength. Yet, our objectives remained unchanged. To purge the Olethros and ensure that the gene seed of the chapter did not fall into the clutches of the vile Tyranids. To preserve our strength for further battles, knowing that there would be no swift victory against the Tyranid menace, Belial withdrew the majority of his squads, leaving only a few of us to complete the final mission. Belial ordered that we would wait as long as possible for the enemy to draw close, and then set the plasma chambers to detonate, consuming both the Hulk and the bioships with the fiery rage of a man-made star. It was time for the final battle. With praise for the Emperor on our lips, we set upon the enemy with vigor. Our battle cry filled the Vox. For the Emperor! For the Lion!
So we are off for the final mission.
Exterminatus Extremis. Activate the relays to overload the reactor.
Try to get as far as we can into this room before they come along. Unlock this door. And we should be able to pick up the relic as we exit. Yeah, I'm not so worried about you. It's locked. So we've got a couple of spawn points locked up there now, which is kind of useful. Not so important the way that I sort of play. I just blitz through the missions as quickly as possible. And we're on to the second relic. We're almost there. Sad thing is, now it's right back the way we came. Kick along the body. Go to the third relic now. Always check down this way for a sidecar. It's very possible, but we're lucky today. Grab that relic. And we'll continue on down. You don't actually have to worry about that one, it isn't active. It is in the story mode, but not in this. I used to go inside these rooms. It's a little bit safer, you can do that if you want. but I tend to just head them off as much as possible. And we're on to the 4th relic, which is just down here. And our first objective. Of course, damn psychers. There's a second one? You're kidding me. I'm just going to take cover here for a few seconds. That's why, because you can always shoot around the corners with the shotguns. And that is extremely useful. On No Mercy, those psychers are essentially a one-hit kill, especially with my HP at the moment. One shot from them would kill me. But I should be good. Even if it's just a blitz sprint down here. And lock her up. By the time I get to that objective, my abilities will all be up, so it'll be sweet. Open. So these parts here are essentially the hardest part for Chapter 9. You've got 2 ciphers and a broodlord in this room. The ciphers will pop up first, the broodlord will pop up second. Walk as far as you can, that's my suggestion, unless you have the stamina perk on. Sprint past him so he misses his wipe. Broodlord's going to come down from there, wait for him. That sort of gets him stuck around here. And then you just kind of across and down and go, peace fellas, we out. And run across each gap sort of thing. Try to ignore what's behind you as much as possible.
Close and still closing.
Like, they're going to be faster, you just sort of got to tank as much as possible at that point. Unless you got a fairly decent party, or you're running a plasma cannon or the assault, I wouldn't recommend really trying to engage in that room. Apart from on the stairs, there's not really a good engagement point against that broodlord. I did get in, good. Okay, in we go, in we go. Same principle on this one. It's the last one that's on the left. entirely possible he will charge. Not always the case, but very possible. So here he comes. You want to get him sort of stuck in here. Start to walk again. Then you run. And walk. And run around this so you don't actually get stuck. Use that concrete pillar. Use this thing.
Warning.
Duck
One
in.
last relay must be reactivated
Duck out.
to overload the plasma reactor. Critical reactor detonation.
And I know he's
The
fairly
resultant
close behind me on that one.
will consume the Space Hulk.
Okay, let's get going. Where'd he go? He's behind the stairs, the little coward. And at that point, I'll be able to outrun him. So we have two, well, only really one more objective and then a last stand, but kind of two objectives left. And one more relic. Yeah, it's going to be a gunner or a psyker off to the left. Find out which. Gunner. Not as big a deal. So I always like to go for the first chamber here, but I lock the first door and go in the second. Just because I like to stick on the left hand side for this chamber. So we're going to go down the left here. He's going to pop up. Wait for that Brood Lord from there. Make sure he gets around this pillar because you sort of want to get him stuck here. Depending on your luck, we'll see how we go here. I'm just going to duck straight down like that.
Go to the main shrine. We have teleporter lock to return you to the strike cruiser. Plasma chamber detonation
And
countdown
sort of duck in these passageways as much as possible. I'm going to waste it just because I know he is right on my tail. There we go. And it wasn't a waste because if he did hit me again I could have died, but at the same time it kind of was. There's not much point stressing the small things in this though. The whole point of this game is to try to overwhelm you. go get this last relic, and then we are off to our last stand. Kick the barrel, kick the barrel. Play some soccer. Are they above? Are they above? I don't think so, they're just not here yet. Yeah. Making pretty good time. As you can see, the Spacehulk is starting to break apart. But we just have our last stand here and have to survive just about a minute. Time to reload. He is dead. Much fun. Where's my dance partners? It should be popping up in about 10 seconds. Here is the first one. I'm not sure who you thought you were charging there, brother. I've got to be careful now, because there's the second one, and I got this guy. I hate heavy gunners. Thank you. I'm going to use that just for a bit of cover. I'll slip through there, dodging that attack. And that's sort of why I say dance partners. Always thank the guy that pulls your butt out of the fire, I suppose. And you can run down there if you want, but I don't bother. So, I have been Drake598 Gaming. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel or dropping a like. And if you're interested in some other small YouTube creators that do some great content, check out MDN Gaming, Samurai Sam, Raven126 Gaming, Dragon Ball Talks, or The Realistic Gamer, and Colin the Savage. And IVIR Liquid. .liquid. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. I'll catch you all soon.
We finally found the artifact that I had seen, and perhaps was the source.